You see, the only power of and in control that we have is in how we control our response or our reaction. How we choose to show up in the world and present what it is from our internal into the external by way of projection, and what we take into our account and use the abilities that we have to turn that into profit. And what is profit? Profit would be listening to the greater divine, the prophecy, and the profit of what you have alchemized from the darkness that is the external, because that is the false light, is the world, because the world needs you to project yourself into it in order to mobilize it, in order to put it into movement from the mind. Mint means mind. Like government, it governs the mind. And as you can see, how the collective mind is, and therefore the government is the reflection of how collectively we think. So, our energy emotions are emotions. A lot of, let's say, the toxic, unawakened masculine and feminine energies within us and external to us are very wanting to control, and they rage, and then they think that like putting out all this chaotic emotions is them being powerful or magical, like bullies or those flying monkeys and gang stalkers. But truly, they will not process internal, and they're not understanding eternally their own self. And because they don't feel comfortable, because they haven't processed emotions, then it's the external person's problem. You know, like it's like these sorcerers that energy harvest, and that try to siphon beauty and love from women, like these tainted masculines. They think that their power is in control, is in mind effing someone up and turning their consciousness into drool, so that at some lower demonic level that person will accept them into their energy and feed into them, instead of feeding into themselves and learning to process their emotions like insecurity and rage and jealousy. And this is why the feminines awaken and truly understand what they have internalized due to a lot of toxic. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit more. So the energy, so like when you are turning somebody's consciousness into mush just to get their waters out, their emotions, like any emotion at all will do, but especially in toxic, tainted masculinity, where you need like a woman to give to you, to pour into you, to be in her masculine, to put into your vessel, to animate you, to make you a masculine, because you're absorbing that, you're receiving that from the feminine energy, and you're not giving anything back, so that's why you're draining them. You are in princess energy, sir. Okay, so, and like we all know, Disney princess isn't the toxic, entitled feminine, right? So yes, tainted. That's you. But your energy emotion, so no matter what, you're just like negative, because you're just toxic. You're not even like feminine, you're just femme, because you need somebody to pour in muddy waters into you, which is feminine energy, and you need to receive that. But then when you don't get your way and you're throwing a tantrum and you're not getting what you want, or getting your supply, or getting filled up, then you want to throw out emotions. That's your man. That's who you are as a man. You are that toxic, unawakened, like immature feminine energy that you guys need to create a strong woman in order to feed into you true masculinity. Because what came first, the chicken or the egg? And it's because you need a woman in toxic masculinity in order to be a toxic feminine to serve you your fuel, your water. But because you guys can't actually rise into your own like awakened femininity to receive healthy energy because you have not yet stepped into the world, because anybody that takes action, even walking in the world or just moving in the world, that is your masculine energy. It is what takes action. It's what puts forward. So inside all your tainted egos is just a wounded little child, and that's your inner child, and it is the feminine, and you need to mother and father that and all your wounds eternally, so that you can come forward into the world as a stronger representation of what masculine energy is, which you really wish you would be. So instead of trying to bully and break down women and siphon their beauty and trick them out of their waters, because us women are very natural alchemizers, and we can transmute, and we are creators. So like life comes through us. It's the secret teachings of that Yeshua. So like, before you think that you need to take a woman out of her strength just in order to make you feel stronger, know that you're already giving her all of your power in your emotions not being processed or alchemized within. So thank you to all the tainted ones. Like, I get that at the core, at the very like root of this earthly experience, it's like mother and son. And there are so many healers and alchemizers that you come from the lineages of and the wombs. So tap in and respect the place that you grew so that you can grow. Yay!